Hello, I'm Michael Boyajian, and I'm going to be doing a reading of a very important book on Armenian immigration to the United States. It's written by Gary A Kulhanjian. He's a social historian and genocide scholar, and this is his lifetime work, his magna opus, and it's dedicated to Armenian immigration between the late 1800s and the early 1900s. And let me show you what the book looks like before I begin a reading. Yes, it's quite a large book there. It's kind of heavy to hold up too, but it reads like a novel. Trust me. Anyhow, let me begin the reading and take it from here. Okay. Here we go. The subject of Armenian immigration to the United States is very special to the author. The saga of this great immigration era between 1880 and 1920 pertains to the millions of individuals, not just Armenians, who journeyed to America for a variety of reasons. They were predominantly newcomers from Eastern, Southern, and Central Europe, along with some who came from the Near East. The immigrant travails were numerous and diverse over a period of circa 40 or more years. Some historians refer to the era as the beginning of the 20th century as the new immigration period. The reason was simply many newcomers arrived from far-off lands of Europe and Asia for the first time. A great many nationalities were admitted but derogated by restrictive laws which legislators upheld. Xenophobia and racism manifested in a poor milieu of hostilities by Western society. Yet there were those brave progressive leaders crying out for justice in helping the downtrodden immigrants who sought to gain security and establish their lives in an unfamiliar environment. Since the greatest number of immigrants arrived from Ireland, Germany, and Western Europe earlier, they were highlighted by historians and appeared in more newspaper print from circa the 1840s to the first half of the 20th century. The author's primary objective in this study was to add further knowledge about the Armenian experience, which was a kaleidoscope in various time frames in the United States and elsewhere. In many cases, the immigrant stories revealed their lack of recognition. Textbooks have not included other groups as well. The contributions of many who immigrated to the United States were merely a citation or short footnote. Perhaps the lack of knowledge was an oversight on the part of historians and researchers. Others commenting on the subject would say it was a neglected dimension of immigration history of smaller groups. Some analysis surmised it was their indifference to people different from their own ancestry. Other scholars were quick to criticize a few historians who would draw attention to their filial piety and the lack of objectivity of those writing about their own ancestry. The most diligent historians were not always objective in their interpretations of history. Historians were biased at times. My own views are also subject to criticism by others. The study of the immigration history was basically an overview of areas new and old drawn from many other authors. The testimonies of the immigrants were tantamount to the context of the book. Eyewitness accounts of those who made the voyage were especially exhilarating for the author. I had the pleasure of interviewing many Armenian immigrants and their relatives in writing the book that will always be a special remembrance. And that's enough for now. And again, the book is by Gary A Kulhanjian, and the title is A Kaleidoscope, A Kaleidoscope of Armenian Immigration to America, Origins of a Modern Diaspora. Okay? I hope you'll partake in this, especially if you're Armenian. Have a nice day.